I know it's dangerous. But you're the only one who can unite the people.
You ready, Bob?
No guns can stop this message. I want the world to change. And that time is now.
This is my message to you.
Subway Series presents the Italianos. 3 new subs made with an Italian flair. Say ciao to the zesty hotshot Italiano, the tastier than ever ultimate BMT, or go all in with the Boss. Each served with a free 16-ounce drink. Elevate your game at Subway.
With Flow Business's new smart solutions, powered by super fast, reliable broadband, you'll feel like there are more versions of you working for you. From website design, development, and digital marketing to promote your business, 24/7 business class support to cloud solutions, security, and more. Multiply your growth today.
It doesn't matter if you speak English, or if your native tongue is French, Spanish, or Dutch. It doesn't matter if you are male or female, young or young at heart. We in the Caribbean Football Union speak the same language. Football.
Football.
Football. Football.
Football.
And we speak with one voice.
Sixth Rent-A-Car is the official ground transportation provider for the 2024 CFU Boys Under 14 Challenge Series, hosted right here in Trinidad and Tobago. Of course, the partners of this competition that would come up for huge thanks are the Ministry of Sport and Community Development of Trinidad and Tobago, Sport TT, I Choose Sport, Sixth Rent-A-Car, Subway, Stream Blue, and Powerade. Those of you that are joining us via the stream, this is your opportunity to get in on the winnings. All you have to do is scan the QR code pictured on screen to take part in the spectator survey. And of course, win some beautiful prizes courtesy the Sport TT I Choose String and visit the I Choose Sport rather and visit Trinidad. The prizes include a Sport TT notepad, cap, and keychain, a drawstring Visit Trinidad bag, water bottle, and microfiber towel, an I Choose Sport t-shirt, pencil case, and phone popper. Stand by for kickoff in this afternoon's second encounter in Group A of Tier 2 here at the Larry Gomes Stadium in Arima. It's the Cayman Islands taking on Guyana. That match is set to begin in just a few moments from now. As earlier we would have seen Barbados topping Group A with a perfect 4 wins from 4 matches with a 2-0 win over Antigua and Barbuda. It means that Antigua and Barbuda finished second in the group on 4 points, but with a better goal difference than St. Vincent and the Grenadines, who also tallied 4 points in this competition. These other 2 teams that are about to meet, the Cayman Islands and Guyana, both have 1 point each at the bottom of the standings. So this match, for all intents and purposes, a dead rubber, but definitely a chance for either of their 2 teams to tally 3 points from this affair. I am Jassy Mariki here to take you through this afternoon's encounter here from the Larry Gomes Stadium in Arima. The teams are just positioned in the players' tunnel just beneath us, beneath the bottom of the main stand here at the Larry Gomes Stadium. And soon they will be stepping out to take the field under the command of your officials for today's proceedings. Referee Andrew Samuels. His first assistant will be Miguel Joseph. Second assistant, Guillaume Parkins. And the fourth official, Nika Harewood. As we see now the players coming onto the field, the Cayman Islands will be donned in all red. And it's Guyana in green. Stand by for the anthems, the national anthems of these two nations. We are just into the final moments before kickoff in match number 2 from the Larry Gomes Stadium today. The final match of Group A in this Tier 2 of the CFU Under 14 Boys Challenge Series, as the captains of either side exchange their pennants and pleasantries, and of course fall under the final instructions of today's match officials. Captain for the Cayman Islands, Charles Morrison, number 6, and the captain of Guyana is number 8, Jaden Tasha. As we see, the toss results in a minor exchange of ends of the pitch. It's going to be Guyana from left to right of your screen, and of course the boys of the Cayman Islands, as they now retreat, they will attack from right to left, or in other words, from south to north. Fair conditions here at the Larry Gomes Stadium. Earlier, toward the end of the match between Barbados and Antigua and Barbuda, there would have been a slight downpour. So far that has abated, and there is instead bright sunshine here at the match venue. Guyana already able to pick up possession, and they will come forward now with a exchange of passes along this right hand side before it's retrieved by the Cayman Islands, put out of play. An early corner kick, it seems, may be conceded here as we get our first potential bit of attacking intent. Starting lineup for the Cayman Islands: in goal, King Eden. They will play in a 3-4-3 formation. Number 3 is Jean-Marc Thomas. Number 13, Jador McLaughlin. And number 19, Luke Watson across the back. In the midfield, they'll have Stephen Mason Jr., number 2. Number 18, Cameron Murray. Number 14, Kalen Forshaw. As the cross comes in and is gratefully collected by the Guyana, or rather the Cayman Islands goalkeeper. That's King Eden. He may have some more work to do. This is a giveaway here. Guyana with a chance. The foul is committed. Of course, the front three for the Cayman Islands today will be their captain, number 6, Charles Morrison, number 9, Rajon Booth, and number 16, Callum Whiteside. For Guyana, in goal is Kerwin Chance. They'll play 4 across the back in Jaden Noble, number 3, Kevin Bunton, number 6, Nyron Barrow, number 7, and Ezekiel Douglas, number 2. The midfield is made up of Manuel Sinclair, number 17, Faraz Noble, number 10, the captain, Tasha, number 8, and the front 3, led by Alex Bentic, number 20, also includes number 12, Garfield Jones, and number 9, Mark Glasgow. So that's how the Guyana team will line up, as we see Tasha spreading it wide on early to Glasgow. He earns his team a free kick. Tasha will spot it. As referee Samuels pulls the Cayman Island player back to the 10-yard minimum distance away from ball. Free kick to be swung in by Tasha, and all the way through This game has already lit up with a goal in the 4th minute for Guyana, scored by their captain, Jaden Tasha, in just the 4th minute of play. Scores Guyana 1, Cayman Islands 0. He wrapped his right boot around it into that danger area, and it bounced and deceived Eden. Goal for the Cayman Islands. Slipped all the way through and in for this game's opening goal. So already we have a goal in this one. Remember, these two teams are tied on 1 point each, but it's Guyana just ahead on goal difference. Rather, it's the Cayman Islands ahead on goal difference. This time, though, they are trailing to their counterparts from the South American mainland, Guyana. Goal scored in the 4th minute by Jaden Tasha. Corner kick for Cayman Islands, swung in just beyond Morrison. Tasha picks it up, looks for the run of Glasgow. This is good defending by the Cayman Islands. Morrison now just can't keep it in play, so it's a throw into Guyana on the far side. This is Glasgow losing out, still gets a foot in as the ball comes across to Jones. This now is Bentek. Bentek, he's a tricky customer. That time just a bit over enthusiastic, and he commits the foul. Cayman Islands will resume play with Watson. Ahead of him that time was Jahari Reid, but he had gone offside. This is Jones, he lets it run. Can he keep it in? It seems as though he does, Sinclair, but it's all the way back to Eden and goal for the Cayman. Played forward now by Reed. Picked up by Whiteside. Just to tidy things up is Forshaw. They can't complete the string of passes, the Cayman Islands, and this is now is Tasha Reed to Whiteside, but Tasha is desperate to win back possession. Reed goes inside of Tasha and is looking for Morrison. That's a bit forceful. Allows the Cayman Islands to have this latest free kick. It's repelled and goes all the way back before it's cleared by Jador McLaughlin. Morrison can't quite get the better of Noble on that left side for Guyana, but here they come again now, the Cayman Islands. Whiteside lets it run. Tasha picks up the loose ball. Gets it back now, Tasha. Cayman Islands come forward again. They're trying to release Morrison, but that's cut out there by the left back Jaden Noble, and with some defending to do. And not taking any chances was John Mark Thomas for the Cayman Islands. Morrison picks it up now for the Cayman Islands. He's looking for the run down that right-hand side of Rajon Booth. Can't win back possession by legal means. And so it's Guyana with this free kick. Cleared away by Murray for the Cayman Islands. Throw into Guyana on this near side now. Headed away by Reed. Possession won by Murray and a stiff tackle there by that man Ezekiel Douglas for Guyana. Gets them going again. He wants it back from Perez Noble, but Noble turns inside and then loses out. Here now is Bentic. Ball falls to Emmanuel Sinclair. His first attempt is unsuccessful, but now the Cayman Islands will come forward. This is Booth. He has support now. This ball is played to one Morrison. He's on his bike. Some confusion there for a minute between the Guyana centre-back pairing of Bunton and Barrow. But eventually it's cleared away for a throw into the Cayman Islands. This is Morrison with an intelligent run of the ball. Booth is across. Morrison flashes across. That almost deceives the man in goal. Chance for Guyana. Got enough of a touch of it to keep it out of goal, but he concedes the corner kick. As we look once more, that was Morrison just ghosting past his man, and the cross. Chance seemed to be anticipating it to come back toward the top of the 6-yard area, and instead it flashes across the open face of goal and is out for a corner kick now to the Cayman Islands. This is it now, whipped in by Murray. Heads go up, it's cleared away by Jones, and the rebound falls nicely. A volley there by Callum Whiteside, but Chance gobbles it up before giving it away to allow Cayman Islands to pick up possession once more, but Morrison can't quite handle it. As we look at that corner kick one more time, it's headed away by Jones, but it falls really invitingly for Whiteside. He does well to keep it on target, but in the end it's straight at Chance. And this is the first yellow card shown today, picked up by a red shirt. That's the Cayman Islands John Mark Thomas. Goes into the book for a really reckless challenge on Tasha. This now is Perez Noble trying to play it through for Sinclair, but it goes all the way back to Eden for the Cayman Islands. This is Booth, a good first touch from the goal, from the distribution from Eden. Lays it back now to Forshaw, and he's looking for Morrison. Morrison could be in had it not been for the intervention there of Bunton for Guyana. But here they come now, Guyana. Golden Jaguars, they are called. They were on the attack that time before the foul was committed. So this latest free kick for Guyana. Tasha goes over. He scored already in the 4th minute from a similar position. Maybe it was just a bit further infield. But having done what he did earlier, perhaps he can recall the muscle memory to do it again. It's a similar type of delivery, but this time it's into the hands of Eden. Who exercises patience, but the distribution is not at all of the quality that is required. And this is a long ball played towards Booth. The It's only half cleared though, and it's flicked over the top by Whiteside toward Boot. He goes tumbling, so too does Bunton. Guyana are able to come away now. This is Perez Noble into some trouble. He's being harassed by Whiteside. Eventually gets it up towards Jones. He's flicking it on. Good defending. Murray with the flick on, and this now is Douglas to Noble, and it's charged, deflected out by Murray. Douglas will throw this one forward towards Sinclair. He's attended to by Reed. He eventually gets the header away, and this now is Whiteside, but he's committing a foul against Noble. Perez Noble, and it's another free kick now to Guyana. Nyron Barrow steps across, or rather steps up from the center back position. Today he partners Kevin Bunton, so it's 6 alongside 7. And this is Barrow, a good looking ball. Tasha was interested, so too was Jones. Referee Eden wants a foul. It doesn't come, and here it is now. The call of the referee to stop play. Initially, he didn't see anything wrong with the players challenging. Maybe the replay might prove more telling, but it seemed as though they had every right to go after it. I think Jones and Tasha were the players seeking to get on the end of Nyron Barrow's free kick. Whether they got there ahead of Eden, still to be determined. But it's this latest stoppage just on around 15 and a half minutes played, as the Cayman Islands goalkeeper, King Eden, is down. As it stands, it's the boys in green, Guyana, with a 1-0 lead over their opponents, the Cayman Islands. That goal scored in the 4th minute by Guyana's skipper, Jaden Tasha, from the free kick. And with the stoppage, referee Samuels takes the opportunity to send both sets of players off to the cooling break. Scores in the match so far: Guyana 1, the Cayman Islands 0. Let's have a look at what transpired earlier. That was the Nyron Barrow free kick. And yeah, they only had eyes for the ball, both Tasha and Jones. And Eden came out on the wrong end of that exchange. So now it is time for the cooling break here at the Larry Gomes Stadium in Arima. It is the closing day of group play in this CFU Under 14 Boys Challenge Series. Matches all around at the Attobolden Stadium. Earlier, Grenada and St. Lucia locked horns. And right about now, St. Martin and Bonaire are in action. And at the Hazley Crawford Stadium in Port of Spain, Dominica and the British Virgin Islands would have clashed earlier on, and Anguilla and Turks and Caicos Islands are currently in action. A bit later on this afternoon, or rather in just about 12 minutes or so, we'll have kickoff in the playoff rounds at the Dwight York Stadium. 4 teams aiming to be semi-finalists. Joining Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, 3 of the teams so far to cement their place in the semifinals in Tier 1. In the meantime, play has resumed here at the Larry Gomes Stadium. It's going to be a corner kick to Guyana. 7 players across the middle, and it's floated in. A tricky one, and that might go down as an own goal, but it's that man Barrow. We've seen what he can do with the left, and that time his in-swing are just causing all sorts of problems for the Cayman Islands defense at the near stick. And it came off a Caymani head. It seemed like that man, number 13, Jador McLaughlin, flicked off the top of his head and in. And that sees Guyana into a 2-0 lead in the 20th minute. So far, so good for Guyana. Here they come again. This is Ezekiel Douglas bumming down that right side. Checks his run. Will have to make do with the throw-in. Goes all the way back now to Bunton. He misjudges the throw. This now is right side to Reed. Murray for the Cayman Islands. And Watson back to McLaughlin, and he just gives it away to Jones before he's asked to intervene. Reed, can he keep it in for them? He can't. And now throw in again to Guyana. This is Perez Noble. Plays this one inside toward Bentic. Bentic on the turn. He's looking for the shot, or at least space for one. Can't quite get it. This is right side now for the Cayman Islands. Booth goes storming through the middle. Eventually wins possession but loses footing, and this is Whiteside again. He evades one tackle. He'll size his man up. Whiteside tries to go in on the right boot. Can't quite figure it out, but he's still going Whiteside, and he's fouled eventually. And this is going to be a free kick for the Cayman Islands. So they may be 2-0 down, but they are showing that they are well prepared to put their shoulders to the wheel as Whiteside did that time, just making a nuisance of himself until eventually the Guyana backline was forced into fouling. And it means that now they'll have a free kick, Cayman Islands. Cameron Murray is the man who wants to administer this latest examination of the Guyana goalkeeper, Kerwin Chance. He's setting up his wall. 3 players in it. I can see one of them is Tasha. Perez Noble is also in there. And they are now joined by a 4th man. Free kick comes in now by Cameron Murray, but it's over bar. He's disgusted with himself. Felt he should have done better. In the meantime, Guyana resumed proceedings with a goal kick. This is Barrow upfield. It's aiming toward Bentic. It falls instead for Tasha, but he is almost caught on it by Whiteside. This now is Perez Noble. Goes back to Jaden Noble. Perez, number 10. Jaden, number 2. Number 3, rather. And this ball is played forward now by Bunton, but given away. And then given back. Perez loses out to Murray. Gets it back now to Thomas. Thomas plays this one up to Morrison. He's on the turn. He has Booth ahead of him. And to his right, the man who gets it now is Mason Jr. He is harassed by Jaden Noble before eventually earning a throw-in. We've seen Morrison do this earlier, just ghosting through. Of course, the rule dictates you can't be offside from a throw-in, and he certainly knows it, it seems. That time, though, he just lost his footing and was unable to provide any danger for the Guyana defense. And they'll have a goal kick. It's cut out by Whiteside. This now is Booth. He has Morrison in support. Tries to get the shoot, but Tasha is there. Back to Booth now. This is Morrison. Morrison. And that's a good tackle by Jaden Noble. The clearance, though, is only as far as Murray. Before Forshaw gets it wider to Morrison, and Jaden Noble is a tough nut to crack as he lets it run out for a goal kick, another goal kick for Guyana. Chance gets it now to Barrow. Forshaw to Murray. Forshaw gets it back now. He has Morrison ahead of him, and so too is Booth. He's going for the latter option, and ghosting in here is Reed. Nobody picked him up from a defensive standpoint for Guyana, and he was able to put it on target, but not with enough oomph to beat Chance in goal. And here he is again, Reed. He's tripped up for a free kick just beneath us for the Cayman Islands. So that was a good chance, as good a chance as any that the Cayman Islands have managed to produce so far. In the meantime, however, they are forced into an early substitution, and it seems as though the man that scored the own goal, McLaughlin, he has had his confidence somewhat affected, and he is replaced early on by number 4, Cooper Nelson. So this is Cayman Islands again, a shot, rasping shot coming in from Murray, and it's allowed to run all the way out for another goal kick for Guyana. So things as they stand, just under 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Guyana able to, so far, assume a 2-0 lead over the Cayman Islands. And here they come looking for more. It's Ferez Nelson, but he's just a bit too casual. Allows Cameron Murray to get back, and then he's guilty of the same crime, allowing Jones to come back and make a challenge. And then the man fouled that time was Sinclair. So still 2-0, Guyana leading. Free kick now by Barrow. We saw a similar delivery early on, but this one is well defended by the Caymans. Throw in now. This is Jones on the turn, looking to exploit the space in there beyond Luke Watson, but his touch is a bit too heavy, and it's out for a goal kick to the Cayman Islands. Here's Tasha for Guyana. Moves it on to Ferez Noble. The man on the outside is Glasgow. He's onside. But this is good defending. Glasgow gets it back now to Ferez. Ferez with a good turn. Still going. Tries to slip it to Glasgow. He suspected perhaps that he might have been offside Glasgow. He lets it run. And that may have been the wisest decision in that situation. Instead, it's going to be throw into Guyana. Glasgow now gets it back to Jaden Noble. Noble to Tasha. Tasha is turning inside. Glasgow. Glasgow in a dangerous area. Cleared away by Cameron Murray. Jaden Noble now in possession. This is Tasha. He's losing out. Now Booth for the Cayman Islands. Plays this one on to Morrison. Cuts back on Jaden Noble and gets this back now to Forshaw. Morrison. Back to Forshaw. Forshaw comes inside now. He has Murray. Murray will have a goal. This could go in. It's crashing off the crossbar. And then with the follow-up is Reed. But the offside flag goes up. What a sequence. Cameron Murray out of nowhere. Forshaw just gently rolled it across. And he only had one thing on his mind. He went for goal, Cameron Murray. Unfortunate to see that one crash against the crossbar. There was nothing, or dare I say, Kerwin Chance could do. Kerwin Chance stood absolutely no chance. But luckily for him, the crossbar was behind him to keep it out. And then on the follow-up, the man coming in was number 5, Jahari Reed. But he was offside, says the assistant referee on the far side. I'd love to have another look at that one because I'm not sure that Reed was actually offside when the ball was first struck by Murray. We see a look at it here now again. This is Forshaw. He just slipped it across and Murray let fly. But yeah, it seems as though Jahari Reed was standing offside when the ball was first struck. Although it must be said that that was a really good finish. Meanwhile, Guyana are trying to come forward again. They almost had their deficit cut in half, Guyana. Had it not been for those few inches of the crossbar, that man would feel hard done. Cameron Murray. Oh, this is clumsy stuff from Bunton. Allows Booth to get a run on him. Booth now before Perez Noble steps in, but Booth is still there. He's an imposing figure. And then he's just screaming off the ball. And that's not allowed. Seemed as though he just stood in the way of Perez Noble, allowing his own player Whiteside some time and space, but the referee spotted it and makes the call. Obstruction. This now is Barrow trying to play it out wide to Mark Glasgow. It does get there after a slight deflection, and this is Tasha back to Glasgow. This is good. Glasgow will go off on a run, but what a tackle there. The intervention by John Mark Thomas. But it's back with Guyana. Tasha. Forshaw is making a meal of it, and then that one just runs out of play for a throw into the Cayman Islands. Whiteside will throw it along the line for Booth. He has the support of Morrison across the middle. He tries to dribble inside himself, but doesn't quite pull it off. And this now is Forshaw. He loses out, and that's a foul. Sticks a late leg out after he realized that he couldn't get possession, and he will also go into the referee's book. Referee Samuels has already taken a couple of names. The latest of them, Kalen Forshaw for the Cayman Islands. So just moving up on 2 minutes remaining in this first half. It's Guyana with a 2-0 lead and looking for more, but the Cayman Islands, they've certainly come forward gradually. Best of their chances was a few moments ago, a shot that crashed off the underside of the crossbar. And this is a good attempt by Barrow after the neat exchange with his captain. The player coming in late was Jones, but he would have been offside if he did indeed get a decisive touch. This is now another midfield battle. Eventually it's with Reed now. He'll take a run. This is Whiteside. Reed gets it back, does he? Not quite. And that's fancy work there by Bunton, but it's Whiteside now. This is Booth. Booth, did he hold his line? It seemed as though he did. Barrow is coming across to make the tackle. And he had to be careful because Booth was certainly the player in control, but that time his eventual shot squirms wide of the mark for goal kick to Guyana. Barrow remains down, reluctant to get back to his feet. And he's going to need perhaps some icing, or as we call it in the beautiful game, a dose of the magic spray. And it seems as though magic spray it is. And why do we call it magic spray, you might ask? Watch and observe. Moments ago, it seemed as though the player was down for the count, but here he is now, ready to resume action. He has to leave the field of play. He almost pulled one over on referee Samuels, but the man with the whistle won't be fooled or hoodwinked, and he asks Barrow to exit. He'll only be able to resume or return to the field of play at the halfway mark. Meanwhile, 2 minutes will be added on at the end of this first half, as shown by the fourth official just beneath us, Nika Harewood. 2 minutes of additional time. Here's Morrison battling away for the Cayman Islands. Can they find something that will give them a much needed boost heading into the interval? Not for now. As this is Perez Noble with the free kick. Gets it upfield. This is Thomas. Morrison. Nice turn, Morrison. He has 3 in attendance, including Jaden Noble. And is able to draw the foul. So perhaps one of the final actions of this first period for Cayman Islands. And will they be able to make something out of it? Cooper Nelson is the man with the free kick. Floats it up towards the far post. Jahari Reed tracks it down. He has Murray in a support. Of course, we know Murray likes to hit them, but instead he'll go all the way back to Watson. And Watson now switches the point of attack, or attempts to anyway. And he does keep it in, the man on that side, Mason Jr., but he's having to chase back now, although Sinclair loses out. And this is Thomas with a nice turn. Morrison, very neat player, doesn't take too many risks. He waits for his chances, and here's one now to slip Booth through. 2 arriving. Whiteside is one. Reed is the other, but it doesn't get beyond the chance. Who bowls it out now for Guyana to his captain, Tasha. This is Jones on the march. Murray is desperate to get back. Watson is trying to come across, but Jones continues on. He has nobody arriving in support, and his cross is eventually cut out by Thomas. He's back in the action. Jones. But he's smothered out of possession by Reed, and that is the halftime whistle here at the Larry Gomes Stadium. An interesting first period. The Cayman Islands, although they trail 2-0, would have had their chances. But at the interval, going in with a quite comfortable lead, and perhaps in the ascendancy in this match, it's Guyana over the Cayman Islands. So let's have a look at what transpired in the first half. This was the opening goal scored in the 4th minute by Jaden Tasha for Guyana. The free kick allowed to go all the way through. Nobody attended to it. The defense left it to the keeper to the defense, and in the end it snuck in for the opening goal. This was the Cayman Islands trying to come forward, but Jahari Reid was offside that time. And so they continued to chase the game. Then from the opposite end, this was perhaps their best chance, or one of them, up until that point. The captain Morrison flashing that cross beyond chance and company. And then this one floated in by Murray, headed away, and the volley by Whiteside straight into the grateful arms of Kerwin Chance for Guyana. Then the goal Guyana needed to give themselves a bit of insurance. The corner kick swung in by Nyron Barrow, and just stretching every issue of muscle was McLaughlin at the near post for the Cayman Islands, and he eventually flicked it in as an own goal in the 20th. He was substituted not too long after that, and the Cayman Islands continued to try to make something happen for themselves. This was dogged work there by Whiteside, drawing the foul. From the resulting free kick, Cameron was unable to get it down in time, but they continued to come forward. This time, Reid getting around his man, and really and truly he should have done better, unable to beat Chance. This was perhaps the best opportunity for the Cayman Islands. Murray with the shot from way outside over Chance, and then Reid on the follow-up. But he was offside. The flag on the far side went up almost immediately after he bundled it into the back of the net. And so the Cayman Islands, they continued to trail in this one 2-0. They did, however, continue to create a few opportunities for themselves, but still unable to get anything substantial from them. This was another one of their late opportunities in that period. Booth aiming for Whiteside or Reid across the middle, but only getting it as far as Chance. And really and truly, this game continued to provide chances and half chances. One of them here to Guyana, and their man Jones, Garfield Jones, along the right-hand side. But his cross was eventually cut out. And though he did retrieve it, nothing substantial came of the move. And so, this is how it stands at the half from the Larry Gomes Stadium in this afternoon's encounter. Guyana 2, the Cayman Islands 0. Welcome back to the Larry Gomes Stadium, just ahead of second half kickoff here between these two teams in Group A of Tier 2. Cayman Islands in red and Guyana in green. It's Guyana with a 2-0 lead, courtesy goals in the 4th minute from their captain, Jaden Tasha, and an own goal scored by Chador McLaughlin in the 20th. 2 substitutions being made at the start of this period, 1 each for Guyana. Entering the field of play is number 15, Jaden Christian, and leaving is Emmanuel Sinclair. And the other substitution is on behalf of the Cayman Islands. Number 9, Rajon Booth, has been taken off, and the player in his stead is Aidan Gould. So early on in this second half, it's an opportunity for Guyana via a free kick. It's some ways out, but their captain, Jaden Tasha, will attempt to make something happen. It's a long kick in. It's still alive, but it's eventually cleared away only as far as Kevin Bunton for Guyana. This is a good save by Eden, and he ensures that there are no crumbs for the Guyana attackers to feed on. But it's coming their way again, the Cayman Islands. This is Jaden Noble for Guyana. Plays it up to Ward Jones, but he can't get onto the end of it. Cayman Islands again with their substitute man who has just entered the field of play, Aidan Gould, earning them a free kick. Just beneath us here, it's taken by Cooper Nelson up to Ward Morrison. They allow it to run the Guyana defense before it's coolly headed back by Douglas into the arms of Chance. He dishes it out now to Barrow. This is Jaden Noble, tries to find Ferez Noble, but it's cut out by Foreshore for the Cayman Islands. And then it's back now with Noble, Ferez Noble. He has Jaden, his namesake, in support, and just carelessly gives it up. This is Cameron Murray now for Cayman Islands, and he's just held off by Barrow. Guyana looking for more. This is the man that does all the running for them. This is Mark Glasgow, and that touch is just a bit too heavy, but he's fouled in the process by Murray, who will be cautioned by referee Samuels now and goes into the book. A dangerous attack was shaping up for Guyana through Glasgow on the far side before he was impeded. And that leads to the latest free kick opportunity now for Guyana, which would come up after treatment is completed now to the player who is down, Glasgow. Three and a half minutes played into this second period. Guyana would want to add to their 2-goal cushion. It's often said the most dangerous lead in football is a 2-0 lead, as it could be halved at any minute, and even sooner than that you can find yourself either back on level terms or even trailing. So they'd want to move one more goal clear for the psychological benefits. And that is collected by Eden. He's been really assured really, really a short and goal for the Cayman Islands, although he's been beaten twice. One of them by something he really couldn't do much about, which was the own goal, but beyond that, he stood really well behind his team and certainly given them that comfort and assurance. This is Noble. He leaves it for Jones. Perez Noble continues his run. Jones too gets this one, only squeezes it through to Bentic. He's trying to turn the corner, but Cooper Nelson is there to clear it away for the Cayman Islands. And here now, another throw into Guyana. It's aimed at Christian, but cut out, and this is Perez Noble. Jones flicks it on to Jaden Noble. This is a good cross. Bentic tries to hold off his man, but can't find room for the shot before it's cleared away by Watson for the Cayman Islands. This now is Douglas to Glasgow to Tasha. Tasha aiming to release Glasgow, but it's cleared away by Reed. That cross coming in, held on by Eden. He had to be clear and certainly composed about what he was doing, that close to the goal line. Here comes Cayman Islands again. This is Reed bombing forward, but he can't, just doesn't have the legs to get past Douglas. We'll perhaps let this run as close to the end line as possible, and now it's over the end line and out of play. So good defending. Intelligent defending. And this is chance now to restart play through Barrow. Noble, Forshaw, leaves it to Gould. This is Gould for the Cayman Islands. Mason Jr. gets it back now to Thomas. So just toying a bit with their opponents, Cayman Islands. It's really the first time they've looked prepared to hold on to possession in that sort of area, but they lose out now, and here comes Jones for Guyana. He's aiming this one toward Bentic. Cleared away by Nelson, picked up by Whiteside. He wants Morrison to have a chase. Barrow taking no chances, clears it away for a throw-in to the Cayman Islands. So 7 minutes gone in the second half. Still Guyana in the lead, 2-0. This is a good ball cut back to Murray. We know he likes to hit them, but he's well defended there by Christian, who was back on duty for the Golden Jaguars. This now is Glasgow coming forward to Tasha. He'll play it all the way out now to Jaden Noble, who gets it to Perez Noble. Noble dwelling. He just gets by his man Forshaw. Seems to be out of running. Bentic. And here is Forshaw now to clear it for the Cayman Islands. He's hacked down by Perez Noble, who will also join him, Forshaw, in referee Samuel's book of notes. Of course, Forshaw would have been cautioned earlier, and that time he was on the receiving end, as Perez Noble has been entered into the referee's book. So another stoppage of play for treatment to be administered. That time, Kalen Forshaw feeling the effects of a assertive tackle from Perez Noble. And play will resume. Via the free kick. Cooper Nelson plays this one out to Thomas. Can't quite play it accurately enough to Mason Jr. and it's out for a throw-in. Perez Noble. Ooh, that is some fancy footwork. He's eventually pulled back though by Gould. This is a good ball. The man in is Glasgow. Gets it to Christian. And that is the third goal for Guyana. They caught the Cayman Islands napping that time. And Christian, having entered the fray as a substitute in the second half, is into the score sheet with the third goal today for Guyana. And they are beginning to pull away from the Cayman Islands. The Cayman Islands defense just caught napping and the ball just bounces up off the head of Glasgow and into the path of Christian. All he had to do was roll it in and he obliged to make it 3-0 now to Guyana, and he just couldn't be caught. Eventually held on to here at in front of his own bench and congratulated for following up on the play and getting onto the score sheet. This is CFU Under 14 Challenge Series action from the Larry Gomes Stadium. 3-0 now, the lead for Guyana over Cayman Islands in the final match to conclude group play in Group A of this second tier of the competition. Of course, here comes Guyana now. Christian looking to return the favor to Glasgow. It's an inviting ball. He's interested. But across comes Cooper Nelson with the clearance. In the meanwhile, this will be a substitution for Guyana. The player leaving the field is Garfield Jones. And coming on, Ray John McCain, number 19. Guyana will attack again. This one goes all the way back to Bunton. He's turning it around the corner, but it's cleared away by Forshaw. Barrow, he can hit them. Nyron Barrow. But that time, a bit over exuberant, and it's out for a goal kick to the Cayman Islands. Nelson to Thomas. Thomas back to Nelson now. Nelson will get this one up toward Morrison, but it's headed away by Noble, Jaden Noble. This is Tasha now for Guyana. Spreads it out wide to Glasgow. Reed is back to defend. Glasgow trying to go around his man. He'll run out of space, does he? No, he doesn't. Somehow manages to almost get across in, and it's charged down by Reed. But for a corner kick to Guyana. Barrow has gone over to swing this one in. It's going to be an in-swinger. Earlier we saw him score from that position, flicking off the head of McLaughlin. And this now is Cayman Islands. They're coming forward. This is Gould. Plays a nice ball along the ground to Whiteside. Whiteside forced to go back. This is Forshaw to Murray. Cameron Murray now on the drive. This is Whiteside on the outside of him. Cayman Islands are building something nicely here, but the cross can't beat Bunton. And then he himself mops up to get it away for Guyana. Whiteside now to receive the throw-in. Douglas is there though. Throw in again to the Cayman Islands. It's with Reed. Long throw in toward Morrison. He's defended by two Guyana players. This is Cooper Nelson. He'll think about a crack. He'll have it. Ooh, that one is just flashing wide of the mark. Chance didn't seem too bothered by it. He seemed to have judged it as soon as it left the boot of the player. But this is a giveaway now by Barrow, but he wins it back off of Morrison. Gets it now to substitute McCain. Still alive. It's still along the touchline. The player's unsure. This is Thomas now for the Cayman Islands. Stepping forward for Guyana is Bunton. Whiteside to Gould. Gould now to Forshaw, and Whiteside gets it back. You'll find Gould again. This is good stuff. Gould rolls this one across to Forshaw. Forshaw is clipping it around the back for Morrison. Morrison gets there now. He only has two to aim at. Cuts it back inside to Whiteside, who leaves it for Forshaw. And that shot is away from goal. It's Reed now to retrieve. He's stayed onside. Murray for the Cayman Islands, trying to build something. Glasgow is harassing and then eventually commits the foul. And there's some pushing and shoving. Referee Samuels will have to get involved, and he just ensures that Reed is taken away from the scene of the crime. The passions of these young under 14 players just ignited here at the Larry Gomes Stadium. It's good to see, but also one would want to see them a bit more level-headed, especially under pressure. That time, nothing more. It wasn't allowed to boil over by referee Samuels, who was quickly on the scene. This is Nelson with the free kick, headed away by Barrow. Nelson picks it up again, but that touch is a bit too heavy. And it's out of play now for a goal kick to Guyana. Chance. Will he play it short? Yes, he does. This is Bunton to Douglas. Gets it back, Bunton, and this is now up towards Perez Noble, but it's cut out by Cameron. It's with Whiteside now. Referee says play on. This is Morrison. He has the support, and that's a tough tackle coming in by Barrow, and eventually the ball rolled out, asking Forshaw to have a hit, but he can't direct it on goal, and that will lead us into the cooling break here in the second half. So Guyana in the ascendancy and threatening to run away with this one. 3-0 is how they lead against the Cayman Islands. And Guyana, they came into this match with just a point. And here they are with a 3-0 lead onto 4 points. And they have actually managed to correct their goal difference. So they came in with a differential of -5. And they have brought it down to -2. So as it stands, they are actually threatening to overtake Antigua and Barbuda, who would have been the second place team. They're level on points and level on goal difference, those two teams. And if Guyana are able to go on to get anything more, just might squeeze into that second position. Earlier, down in the dressing room, their coach could be heard telling them that they should play for the national colors and for the national anthem, defend those two treasures of sorts. And so far they've been able to respond to those calls from the coach. But this is the Cayman Islands now. Morrison, but he can't get past Barrow. And this is a good ball played out now to Morrison. Bentic is ahead of him. Christian is also surging through, but he just can't find the pass that time. Glasgow, he gets it back though. He has Cameron Murray in attendance, but he gets it now off to Noble, Perez Noble. This is Christian, one of the goal scorers. McCain just didn't see the man coming on his blind side. It was foreshore, and now Gould gets it up to Morrison. Foreshore. And it's a throw-in instead to the Cayman Islands. Tasha for Guyana. Morrison, or rather Glasgow, is on the move. Tasha gets it back. Still is trying to pick out Glasgow, but it's emphatically thumped high into the air by Watson for the Cayman Islands. Morrison is giving it his all, and perhaps a bit more, as he concedes a free kick. It's just on the halfway line for Guyana. Barrow is there now to take it. He will aim at 6 green shirts ahead of him, but instead only picks out the red shirt in Cameron Murray. This is Reed now. Jahari Reed, hat down to earn another free kick, and see another yellow card shown. This time it's Mark Glasgow into the books for Guyana. So substitution here for the Cayman Islands. 2 players are leaving the pitch, and they are Reed and Cameron Murray, that is. And the players coming in three substitutions actually. They'll also bring out their goalkeeper, Eden. So once again, the players out for the Cayman Islands are Cameron Murray, Jahari Reed, and King Eden, as they are trying now to get something going toward Morrison. And the players coming in are Levi Jack, Jashawn Cousins, and in goal, Tahir Zelaya. Another player goes into the book for Guyana. Was that Perez Noble? And if so, it seems as though it's his second booking. He will be ejected for 2 yellow cards. Noble. And it's off to the showers for him. Forshaw picks up the rebound, but he's bundled off of it by Glasgow, who brings Guyana forward now. Glasgow does well to skip past that challenge. He has Christian in support. Christian is going around his man, but great recovery there by John Mark Thomas for the Cayman Islands. This is Guyana through their captain, Tasha. Pleads for a corner kick, but it's instead a goal kick to the Cayman Islands. So an hour played, just 10 minutes remaining. It's Guyana still in the lead in this Group A. Encounter to close off group play in this Group A of the CFU Under 14 Boys Challenge Series. And that's going to be a foul. Mason Jr. just a bit over exuberant, and he bundled into the back of Tasha. Free kick now again to Guyana. The players over this one are Barrow and Tasha. Both have shown their dead ball acumen today. Tasha, of course, opening scoring with a free kick in the 4th minute, and then Barrow's corner kick swung in the 20th, leading to an own goal. And this is Tasha! What a goal! My, oh my! Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. The icing on the cake, so to speak. Guyana have been dominant in this one, and that goal just demonstrates it. It was an absolute screamer from the captain. Let's have another look. Tasha. Ooh, boy, he struck that as sweetly as you'd like. And the man who has just come into goal for the Cayman Islands, Tahir Zelaya, was only a spectator as that one crashed off the upright and in. And that now means Guyana lead 4-0. But here though comes the Cayman Islands. Morrison cuts this one back. Gould is onto it. Lays it back for Forshaw. Can he conjure up something like Tasha just did? Unable to do so. It's way over. Boy, oh boy. I know I'd like to have a look at that one as much as you. That goal from Tasha was absolutely brilliant. This was the chance by Forshaw. He did well to maintain possession, but just couldn't put it on target, and watched it sail over the bar. As in the meantime, they come again here now, Guyana. McCain trying to be of service along this left-hand side. This is a throw-in toward him, but it's cleared away by Cayman Islands substitute. Cousins, and it's all the way back now to Zelaya. Christian for Guyana. It could fall to Tasha. Is this the hat trick? Oh, he's just trying to evade the oncoming Zelaya and runs it out of play. This is the Cayman Islands coming forward. Levi Jack is the man on that far side. He's harassed by Douglas, who seems to be cramping now, almost at the mark where things can get desperate for the Cayman Islands. 5 minutes remaining. Can we have another look at that goal from Tasha? My, oh my. 2 dead ball situations from the Guyana captain today, and both have gone in. The opener, and so far what looks to be the 4th item at least for them. Can they find more in the remaining time? Left to be seen. But in the meantime, the Cayman Islands are left wondering how they might be able to address this scoreline. And in the meantime, it's Guyana who have crept silently into 2nd spot in the group, behind Barbados and just ahead of Antigua and Barbuda, but only on goal difference. Meanwhile, here's Morrison again making one of those runs in behind from the throw-in. This time the Guyana team are lit to the danger, and this is up forward now with Bentic. Bentic is battling away, and eventually Foreshore gets back for the Cayman Islands. This now is Nelson, but it's a giveaway to Noble, Jaden Noble that is, and picked up now by Foreshore. Foreshore turns away from danger really nicely. He has Levi Jack in a wider position. Making the run now is Whiteside. Brunton has to be careful. Eventually dives in and gives away the free kick. So here it is, a free kick for the Cayman Islands. Decent position. And they have quite a number of players who've shown good striking ability. One of them goes over now, Aidan Gould. So too is Cooper Nelson. Just at the edge of the area. Jack is camping out. Can they work something clever? He seems to lose interest in that position now and just enters the penalty area. 4 across the middle, including Morrison, Whiteside, Cousins, and Jack. Gould comes away. In the meantime, Guyana have made another substitution. It's Bentic leaving the field. And in comes Aaron King. So Gould has now taken over set-piece duties. This is a good-looking one. Trying to duck under it was Morrison. It's come now to Jack. He loses out to Bunton. He'll have some defending to do. Bunton has support in Christian. And coming across to make the tackle was Watson that time. Guyana again now. This is Glasgow trying to find a way. Cooper Nelson now for the Cayman Islands. It's blocked by Tasha. Cousins. Oh no, this will actually be King, and now Cousins shrugs him off. This is Gould. Gould turning away from pressure. Thomas to Foreshore. Watson now out to Mason Jr. Ahead of him is Jack. Foreshore in space. Foreshore gets it now, and this is a great ball to Jack. But Bunton has the legs and eventually is able to walk it away for Guyana. This now is Ezekiel Douglas. He goes off on a storming run, plays this one across, aimed toward King, but instead it's closer to Cousins, and he will check back on McCain. McCain steals it away now, gets it to his teammate, but they can't hold on to possession. In fact, they'll have to settle instead for a throw-in. This is Noble to Glasgow, but he loses out. Whiteside to Gould. Ahead of him is Morrison. Just can't get it to the player precisely enough. Cooper Nelson to Morrison. Morrison is through. Morrison with a shot, and it's straight at chance. Cleared away, but only halfway to Jack, and then he puts it wide. My, oh my, that could have been, it should have been the chance that the Cayman Islands have worked all match for. Cooper Nelson played it to Morrison. He held his line. It was a lazy challenge there. Just dangling his leg out was Barrow. He had to chase back. Morrison, though, couldn't put it either side of Chance. And then Jack, unsuccessful in the follow-up. We've had added on time shown. In the meantime, there has been a stoppage for an injury apparent to McCain. And we've had resumption in play now. This is Barrow for Guyana to Jaden Noble. He's scooping this one past Gould before the intervention of Cousins. It's ricocheted now to Forshaw. And charged down by Christian. Here now is a good ball by Whiteside to Morrison. He clips it over Chance, but also over the top of the crossbar. And Chance looks to be injured from that one. So just in a matter of moments, two really good chances falling to Morrison. This time, while he was able to test Chance the first time around, this time he couldn't quite get a shot on target. He clipped it over the goalkeeper and over the crossbar. And just as the time ticks away, it seems as though Guyana has done just enough to hold on to not only a 4-0 lead, but definitely a clean sheet and perhaps even second place in Group A here in Tier 2 of the CFU Under 14 Boys Challenge Series. So things are at a standstill for the moment. There seems to be an injury to Jaden Noble. And again, glad to see him back on his feet as Guyana has this goal kick now. Chance is also able to carry on. As play has resumed. This is Cousins for the Cayman Islands. Cooper Nelson shows for it. Gets it. Goes inside. Avoids the challenge. This is Morrison again, and it just runs away. This is Levi Jack, and a good save by Chance again. My, oh my, has he worked so hard to preserve the clean sheet. Almost single-handedly, because his defense seems to have gone asleep. He'll have to do more here, perhaps. This is a good cross in by Cousins. Morrison is there, and Chance lost it for a moment, but then gets it back. And ladies and gentlemen, it's all happening here in additional time at the end of the second half. But Guyana have done just enough for the moment to hold on to their 4-0 lead. The Cayman Islands will be kicking themselves because in the last 5 minutes alone, they've had at least 3 good chances, and had they put those away, one could easily say this would be a nail-biting finish at 4-3. But instead, it's 4-0 to Guyana, and it could be even better. Good take here by the substitute, but he's just brushed off of it by Thomas. Cousins now for Cayman Islands. He has Gould just ahead. Instead, he'll go inside and back out, and then loses out to Mark Glasgow, and we know he loves to run into the spaces. He's giving it all, Glasgow, but just enough. And that is the final score here at the Larry Gomes Stadium. Guyana able to complete a 4-0 win over the Cayman Islands. And with that, they just might have squeaked into second position in this group, ahead of Antigua, also on 4 points, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, who also was able to tally 4 points in this group stage of the competition. Barbados, meanwhile, will top this group, Group A, with a healthy 12-point tally, 12-point loot from their 4 matches. They've won all 3 of them. And here it is, Guyana able to come away with a win to go with 2 defeats and a draw. It puts them on to 4 points. And more importantly, their goal difference cut from -5 at the start of play today to -1. So it's been that kind of day here at the Larry Gomes Stadium. The teams that have come away with the wins have had to work for them. Barbados earlier 2-0 over Antigua and Barbuda, but those goals only came in the second half of a really tight affair. And here today, although Guyana, they were in the lead quite early on with 2 goals in the first half, they've had to work hard to keep that clean sheet and keep that margin of victory. And in the end, they've done so well enough to come away 4-0 winners over the Cayman Islands. My guess for player of the match is the captain of Guyana, Jaden Tasha. And from all indications, so it seems down below, as he is being pulled away from his teammates now. And here he is being presented. The man Jaden Tasha, player of the match. 2 goals today, including, and both of them from free kicks, direct from free kicks. The first to open scoring in the 4th minute, and he got his second in the 67th. And he has been indeed the difference maker for his team today. Here's how he did it. The first of them in the first half, all the way through from a position out on the left-hand side of the field. That was in the 4th minute. Jaden Tasha. And of course, he rounded proceedings out with the 4th item. In between all of that, though, the Cayman Islands tried their best to come forward. That time, offside was the call, and then their best player of the day, Morrison, just flashing that cross through, and eventually out for a corner kick from the resulting kick. It was floated in, headed away by Garfield Jones, but only as far as Whiteside, Callum Whiteside for the Cayman Islands. His volley well saved, though. Then Guyana took a 2-0 lead with that corner kick delivered by the man Nyron Barrow and flicked in to his own goal by Shador McLaughlin for the Cayman Islands. But they continued to really and truly make a fist of things. This was a good chance for their front man to get forward, Booth. It eventually came to Whiteside, who fought and fought and fought until he was eventually brought down for a foul in a good position. Referee Samuels given no choice, but the resulting free kick was put over bar by Cameron Murray. And this was a chance again for Cayman Islands. Jahari Reid making the right run, but unable to produce the right finish. This, though, was one of the better chances of the game for the Cayman Islands. One-time shot coming in from Cameron Murray, crashing off the crossbar, and then on the rebound, Jahari Reid was found to be offside, and that one did not count. They continued to try to come forward. This one was a chance for Booth, and he couldn't put his target, direct his shot on target. This time he was out wide, looking to cross it in towards Whiteside and Reid, but only as far as Kerwin Chance, who was a rocking goal for Guyana. Guyana coming forward then in the second half, trying to find a way past the Cayman Islands rock himself that time, King Eden, and he had a couple good moments in that second period where he kept his team well and truly in it, but only up to a point. 3-0 was the call here when Christian, coming on as a substitute, was able to bundle the ball over the line. And Guyana leading 3-0 then and really and truly in charge. There was some moments of aggravation by either team. Referee Samuels, though, doing his utmost to keep them in check. More chances. This time, Cayman Islands coming forward through foreshore and over bar. And then the Guyanese coming forward, asking the Cayman Islands to remain on their P's and Q's. Cleared away. And then this was the moment in the 62nd minute by Tasha. A goal from another set piece. He whacked it home in off the upright, and it was exactly what they needed to fend off this spirited Cayman Islands team. Although they continued to come forward, the boys in red, that time foreshore, crafting a shot, but it was over the bar. Guyana and Tasha again coming forward, looking for the hat trick that time, the skipper, but forced wide of the mark. And then this the first in a series of good chances for the Cayman Islands. Morrison put through by Nelson. His shot only straight at chance, and then on the rebound, Levi Jack wide of the mark. Then Morrison again put through by Whiteside, clips it over the advancing chance, but also over the bar, and unable to find the mark. Credit to the Cayman Islands for continuing to come in. This was another ball fed into Whiteside, and then Jack with the opportunity, smothered by chance. A series of good saves by the Guyana goalkeeper, including that one that he spilled only for a moment, that kept his team in the ascendancy and also holding on to their clean sheet. Final result, Guyana 4, Cayman Islands 0, and that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes proceedings in group phase play from the Larry Gomes Stadium in Arima. Group A of Tier 2, Barbados topping the group with a full 12 points from 4 matches. In second position, Guyana just edging in their encounter over the Cayman Islands, edging ahead of the Antigua and Barbuda team and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. All 3 of those teams on 4 points, but Guyana doing their goal difference a world of justice with today's victory. And the team at the bottom of the standings, the Cayman Islands, on 1 point. For me, it's been a really exciting affair, and I know it has been for you, but there's more opportunity for you to get in on proceedings. All you have to do is scan the QR code that's up on your screen now for the chance to win a Sport TT notepad, cap, and keychain, or a Visit Trinidad drawstring bag, water bottle, and microfiber towel. Or how about an I Choose Sport t-shirt, pencil case, and phone popper? Of course, the broadcast of this CFU Under 14 Boys Challenge Series would not be possible without the partnership of the Ministry of Sport and Community Development of Trinidad and Tobago, Sport TT, I Choose Sport, Sixth Rent-A-Car, Subway, Stream Blue, and Powerade. Sixth Rent-A-Car, of course, are the official ground transportation providers for the 2024 CFU Boys Under 14 Challenge Series, which is being hosted right here in Trinidad and Tobago. It indeed has been my pleasure to bring you all of the action today and always. At the end of it all, though, it's wins for Barbados and Guyana to see them through as the top 2 in Group A in Tier 1 of this challenge series. And of course, it also concludes group play across this competition at the 4 venues in Trinidad and Tobago. We'll see you next time right here. Don't miss it. It's the CFU Under 14 Boys Challenge Series 2024.
It doesn't matter if you speak English or if your native tongue is French, Spanish, or Dutch. It doesn't matter if you are male or female, young or young at heart. We in the Caribbean Football Union speak the same language. Football.
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 And we speak with one voice.
With Flow Business's new smart solutions powered by super fast, reliable broadband, you'll feel like there are more versions of you working for you. From website design, development, and digital marketing to promote your business, 24/7 business class support to cloud solutions, security, and more. Multiply your growth today.
Subway Series presents the Italianos, 3 new subs made with an Italian flair. Say ciao to the zesty hotshot Italiano, the tastier than ever ultimate BMT, or go all in with the boss. Each served with a free 16-ounce drink. Elevate your game at Subway.
Bob, I know it's dangerous, but you're the only one who can unite the people.
You ready, Bob?
No guns can stop this message. I want the world to change. And that time is now.